Hey, you lovely people, it's the Supo Man, your superhero of cryptocurrency. I wanted to relay how I feel the market is going to be moving in the short term, and it's not good news. So, I've been doing a lot of research in the last week and have come to the conclusion that we are in a humongous shit show. The interest rate is only really a tip of the iceberg as far as the economic trouble that we are in. What we are in is a period of quantitative tightening, which is essentially the government taking money out of the economy. All right. So quantitative easing was what we were having in 2020 and 2021, which is where stimulus was being given out to various members of the public, and particularly in America, also in other countries. And that was because of working from home. It was because of the pandemic and people were struggling from a financial aspect. So these stimulus packages were sent to prop up the economy. So that was putting money into the economy. So that was quantitative easing. So now we've got the opposite of that. We've got money being taken out of the economy, essentially to destroy demand, all right, to reduce the amount of spending so that the economy can self-correct in essence. But there's just the mountain of shit that has been created as a result of 2020 and 2021 looks as if it's just going to lead to a rather dire situation, particularly in the short term, and certainly in the midterm. So I'm hoping there is some form of silver lining that's exclusive to the crypto market, that affects the crypto market only. Because what we've got right now is we have got all of these economic troubles, boycotting of Russia, and therefore losing a cheaper supply of oil and natural gas, means paying for individual suppliers that are more expensive for oil and gas. And all of these various commodity cost increases is making the dollar stronger. And so the dollar just keeps on increasing. Basically, it's a little bit like 1985. In 1985, the dollar, I think, hit its all-time high as far as the height during quantitative tightening again. And so everything priced in the dollar essentially crashed. And, cryptos and stocks are priced in the dollar. So in the very short term, I imagine there is going to be quite a shit the bed kind of moment where I'm imagining that cryptos, they're already making that move. Bitcoin was 28K earlier, and now it's 27K and dropping. And it just looks as if we'll probably have a big move to the downside very soon. Now, if you're in stables, could be a very good time to dollar cost average should this move actually happen. But I do foresee a move more to the downside. And whilst Bitcoin, is actually sizably going down, I do think it's going to have obviously a catastrophic effect. The smaller the altcoin, essentially, like people have already been selling off in droves. And I showed you my portfolio literally a couple of days ago, where you saw that really it was the kind of riskier small cap cryptocurrencies that have gone down the most. They had increased the most during the bull market, and then they are now decreasing the most. And I think those are probably going to be the hardest hit possibly. So yeah, I don't know for sure. We never know. Somebody delightfully put on my Twitter earlier, "Oh, you were wrong about the extended bear market." Well, to be fair, that wasn't really my idea. I always thought the bull market was due to end in December, after the ETF decisions, which I thought would be favourable, and then bang, crash. Everybody was like, "Oh, elongated market." So I looked into it, and I looked at essentially the lengthening periods between the halving and the market top, and it did look like there was a bit of an extension. But ultimately, we had the antithesis. We got stopped shorter than December, even. Not even running until March and April. So I don't know. You don't know. Nobody knows. All we can do is essentially make the most educated guess. I mean, if we knew, then we, for instance, if I knew what was going to happen in November, I would have sold earlier, wouldn't I? So, you never can tell. And sometimes a move that you anticipate to go down will go up. But, the research I have done, the macroeconomical research I have done is, grave, basically. Despite Bitcoin's obvious advantages as far as low inflation rate compared to fiat currencies is concerned, you'd think that Bitcoin could be used as a pivot, it could be used as a hedge in instances like this, not only for countries and governments, but also the people who are obviously noticing that their purchasing power has gone down 10% from last year. But no, at the moment, it's all dollar focused, and the dollar is basically responsible for crashes ad nauseum. And that seems to be what we could be facing in the short term. Save for any crypto-specific bullish news, like an ETF, like the Ethereum merge, like XRP settling this case in whenever. Save for some bullish news that affects the crypto and altcoin market, it doesn't look like there's anything coming up of any good. I recently took you through, and this was when Ethereum was at 1800, 1900. I said that it was very, very soon to have a 3-day death cross hit it, and now it's 1400, which I did think would be kind of the major hit on Ethereum should that actually happen. But actually, we probably haven't even seen the worst of it yet. But essentially, it looks very bleak. And going back to 2018, which was the immediate year of the last bear market, was the worst. Yeah, it was the worst, actually. And of course, this is the immediate period after the bull market. So it could be the case that things get better eventually. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, a recession is coming. A recession happens because the US can't control spending. They can't reduce demand. They can't get the market to self-correct. They can't reduce inflation. The US economy, for instance, jobs in the US, there's full employment. So, it's difficult to be able to reduce the demand when that's the case. So a recession seems like it is going to come. And so it's probably going to be coming, I would say, in the next 6 months, 8 months. So it looks pretty bad. So anyway, so I thought I would tell you that. Now, I'm hoping that this will be one of those things where it's like, oh, Super, you were wrong. I hope it is the case. God, Jesus. I'd love for the market to basically give me a big up yours. I'd love for that to happen. And we'll have to wait to see, but I just don't think so. So I still think that dollar cost averaging in this period is a very good idea. And I haven't been doing it because the buy prices that I'm looking at have not been hit. But funnily enough, they're being hit a lot faster than I thought they would be. Like, look at, Moonbeam today's at $1. Cadena is like 150. Decentraland is like 79 cents or something. Mina's like the same, but 73 cents. And we're just getting a lot closer to the figures that I wanted to buy in at before we're even in a recession. And a recession, I think, would be like the hard reset, essentially. Which is almost, I think, massive shit the bed and then a quicker recovery, rather than if we don't have a recession and it's just more quantitative tightening over a long drawn out period, the dollar keeps getting stronger, everything priced in a dollar crashes. So anyway, I'm just sharing my honest thoughts. It seems to already be having the market seems to already be moving to the downside. So yeah, don't unsubscribe. I've got to be realistic, you know, and I think that's something you can rely on from me. The fact that I showed you my portfolio and I'm still relaying potentially bad news, which will affect my HODL portfolio because I haven't sidestepped. So, I mean, it seems futile to. I've got a bunch, as I said, in stable coins waiting. I've been waiting since November. I've been waiting since November. I bought maybe a few bits, like Moonbeam I bought at like $1.13. But yeah, I've just left it until now. So hopefully I'll be able to dig into that pot and dollar cost average in soon. But yeah, but look, ultimately, this is a good pick. This is a good thing. All right. I do a tweet. People chime in with some stupid buy Zombie Inu or Lunar Inu or some dumb coin, right? And they like share a chart, and it's just like, and it's pathetic that something non-fundamental should just drop. It should just keep going up while things that are strong fundamentally are crashing. So I personally just want a lot of shit like removed from the market. I mean, that would be an ideal situation. So yeah, this is a good thing. It's a good thing. Dollar cost average. If you know, in these low periods, just in case, and just save the bigger buy orders for the lower prices, so that you essentially reduce it to a really, really low price ultimately. Instead of trying to bottom pick, trying to catch the bottom, just try and go literally, just keep on buying at lower amounts and try and get your. So if you buy from here and it goes down and you buy down here, you want your average to be about there. Okay, so instead of up there, your average to be there, even though you've bought there, but the average is there. So yeah, so that's kind of what you want to be doing. And yeah, but yeah, YouTubers at the moment saying, oh, we hit a bottom. No, we haven't. We're not even close, I don't even think, and that is a shame. And you know, although I relayed not long ago that when Bitcoin goes through a halving and a new all-time high, it never refines its old all-time high. The old all-time high is 20k. But I think that we're in literally the worst. I don't know when you were born, but the worst financial times, the worst of times, as I would call it, that we'll see in our that we'll potentially see in our generation, or at least see for a while. But yeah, the pandemic was very unique. It obviously led to one of the biggest amounts of money printed in 1 year of all US dollar circulation. 25% was printed in 1 year. So that just shows you, A, that a government can do that and have done that, and has led to the most ridiculous inflation. But also that every action has an equal and opposite reaction. So the quantitative easing now turns into quantitative tightening, and then eventually, 2024, 2025, I'm hoping that in conjunction with a new halving and a new bull market, we will see a more long-term bull market. So if we have followed the stock market this far since November, if we followed the NASDAQ and all of that, then theoretically, you know, we should follow them again. You know, they have essentially been in a, stocks have been in a bull market for, 14 years? No, 12 years? After getting out of the last recession through to 2022, it was just a big, long bull market. And crypto has been its, 2-year bullish, 2-year bearish, 2-year bullish, 2-year bearish. So maybe, if we followed the stock market this time round for the bear market, then we will follow it for a bull market. And instead of having the normal 4-year cycles, we'll have a longer cycle with quantitative easing coming down the line. So, there's peaks and troughs. Essentially, one action creates a reaction, and then that action then creates a reaction. So we got lots of money, we're now having it taken away, we're going to get lots of money, bull market, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I'm going to shut up now. Gone on too long, and I'll see you next time. It is lights out, all out.